Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing amazing. This is Coach Mark, and I have a $1,000,000 question. Any of you guys answer this before I do, and I hear you, you got $1,000,000. All right. So the $1,000,000 question is, why don't most people accomplish their goals? I don't hear anybody. I don't hear anybody. The reason why most people don't accomplish their goals is because they don't set goals. There's a study that says that only 3% of people in America set goals. That is like crazy to me. I completely don't understand it. Only 3% of people set goals, write down written goals, and set goals, and only 1% actually write them down and review them every single day. So people are always complaining and wondering why they're not accomplishing and attaining and manifesting the things that they want in their life. The reason why is because they don't sit down and actually think about what it is that they want, right? And they don't actually write it down and review them every single day. Just that simple process alone of like really taking the time to sit there and think about exactly what it is that you want, writing it down and review them every single day is going to push you towards them. That's like not having goals to me is like trying to go from Florida to California with no map, no GPS, and no directions, right? Not even knowing where you want to go. It's like you need to be in California, but you have no idea where you need to go, right? And if that's the case, you're going to really end up nowhere. So first and foremost, if you don't have any sort of written goals, right? If you have not thought about what it is, how can you get anything in life if you don't even know what you want? Right? So you need to sit down, you need to sit down and write down some goals and start reviewing those goals every day. Now, that's not what I came on this video to tell you. What I wanted to share with you is some techniques that I just recently learned on how you can maximize your goals. So first and foremost, go ahead and write your goals. So once you have your goals, I want you to use these techniques. I want you to ask yourself these questions and then they will help you to even maximize you achieving your goals even that much further. All right. So question number 1 is, what specifically do you want? You can't be general, right? You can't say, I want a new car. You need to be specific. If you expect to get something, you need to know exactly what it is you want. Because you can sit there and say, I want to have more money. So if I give you $25, is that going to work? You could say, I want a new car. If I give you a 1983 Chevy Chevette, is that going to work? No, be specific. Be very specific as to exactly what it is you want. If you want that 2016 Mercedes-Benz AMG GT, be specific. Even get down to the color, how you want it to feel, because all these things, like being very specific, add to help you to manifest it, adds to it. So you need to be very specific as to what you want. Do not be general. Don't say, you know what, I want a new house, because I can give you a house in the hood. That's not what you want, right? So be specific. Be very specific as to what you want. The question number 2 is, how will you know when you've achieved what you want? Now, if it is that you want a car, it's going to be when you're driving in it, right? That's how you'll know you'll achieve it. But a lot of people's, their goal is to be happy or to, whatever. And you need to have some sort of benchmark so you'll know what it feels like when you've actually achieved that goal. Number 3 is, under what circumstances, where, when, and with whom do you want to have this result, right? So maybe it's, you want a new house and you want to be able to experience it with your family. Maybe it's you want to go on a trip with your spouse, Be specific as to with what, where, and with whom you'll actually achieve this goal with, Once you can start to picture that, picture what it is, what that goal would be like, experiencing it with someone else will help you to achieve that goal even that much faster. Number 4, what stops you from having your desired outcome already? So if you don't have it, obviously there's something that's preventing you from having it. So in order to be able to overcome that, you got to first identify what it is, right? So it may be procrastination. It may be the fact that you don't know maybe how to get to wherever it is that you want to get to. You don't know how to start your business. Maybe there's a million reasons, right? But once you can figure out exactly what the reasons are, what is preventing you from having it, then you can go ahead and address those reasons. Is it because you don't have enough time, or you feel that you don't have enough time? If that's the case, and you can identify and say, okay, maybe I don't have enough time, then you can probably study some time efficiency techniques, some techniques that will help you to manage your time a little bit better, so you can have the time to develop and get your goal or whatever it is, right? Number 5, what resources do you need to help you create your goal, right? What sources that you need to help you create what you want, right? You got to know, maybe it's the resource of somebody that has some information. Let's say you want to get into real estate. Maybe you need a course. Maybe you need a mentor. You need to figure out exactly what resources you need that's going to help you to get exactly what it is that you want to achieve. And number 6, how are you going to get there? And what's the first step to begin to achieve this result, right? You might not need to know the exact. Sometimes we allow the fact that we don't know exactly how we're going to get from where we're at right now to our end goal, right? Your goal may be to become a billionaire, right? And you might not know exactly what it is. But even if you don't know exactly what it is, you need to know where you're at right now. You need to know where you're trying to go to, and you need to know the first step. You need to be able to take that first step to get in there, because you can sit here and try to figure out the whole way. That doesn't even make any sense at all, right? Because you don't know what the whole way is, right? Because a lot of times we think that the way is going to be that, just going straight. But a lot of times it's some zigzag method that's going to end up getting us there. And we don't know what it is, but I'll tell you what. If you don't make a move, you'll never, ever get there. All you got to do is just take that first step. And once you take that first step, then you'll figure out what is the next step that you need to take. It may be going to the right, or it may be going to the left. And it doesn't matter where it is, but just take that first step. And once you take that first step, then you'll figure out exactly where you need to go next. And then once you take that step, you'll figure out where you need to go next and next and next and next. So back to what I said earlier, if you don't have any written goals, go ahead and sit there, think about exactly what it is that you want from life, right? We weren't put on this earth to just live a super boring, dull, uneventful life, right? We're here, but we got to figure out exactly what it is that we want from being here. If not, then there's no purpose in us even being here on this earth, right? So start to think about what it is that you want out of life, right? Don't limit yourself. Don't say, well, I'm not going to get that anyway, so I'm not going to write that down. Write down whatever it is that you would desire to have, right? And, think about it, then write it down and start looking at this list every single day. I can't tell you the amount of things that I've been able to manifest in my life just from the fact that I have it written down. I have these big, huge vision boards in my room. I have it in my office. I have them on my phone. And I look at these images of what I want every single day. And by me doing that, all kinds of opportunities are created for me to be able to attain whatever it is that I want. But if I never ever wrote them down, if I never ever studied them on a daily basis, I wouldn't be able to attain them at all. All right. I hope you guys got some value from that, and I'll see you next week.